in here if anybody actually shows up for chat. Sorry, this is my first time doing this, so y'all are gonna have to bear with me or not. But I am doing a cooking stream for when somebody or not. But I am doing a cooking stream for when somebody actually shows up. None of them are here yet. But that being said, James, we'll find out if chat can hear you because I'm on my Discord call on my phone while I'm trying to stream for the sake of cooking for my viewers because they wanted to see me do a Q&A stream and also cook. So here we are. So I can't open. I want to see the live chat. There we go. Scott Robertson, good morning. Welcome. On that note, though, if you want to, since I can hear you, James, Scott, can you let me know if you can hear James? Can you hear him? Because that would be helpful information. That said, if you want to read out chat for me so I don't have to keep running back and forth to my phone, that would be awesome. Especially if it's a super chat. Super chats come first. Oh. I don't know if they can hear you either. All I know is that I'm making a whole lot of food. Because I've got to feed 2 different Thanksgiving dinners, apparently. Well, that's a shame. Well, hey, at least you can tell me what they're saying. Let's see. Kelly says hi. Hi, Kelly. Good to see you. But today, everybody, we're going to be doing 3 different things that I like to make around this time of year. One of the first things that I like to make is barbecue ribs, and I make them with a very special seasoning, which I will show you guys. This is not a sponsored advertisement, but if you can find this anywhere near you, it's called Creole Heart Seasoning. This is actually a recipe. This is a brand that was created by my father-in-law, and I love this. It goes great on everything savory. What's going on here? Hello, Christopher. Good to see you. But no, guys, we still have that goal by the end of the month of hitting. Who's joined us now? Oh, hi, bangers. I know you get. Wow, no comment. Anyway, but yeah, no, I don't know if my chat can hear you or not. But ladies and gentlemen, my friends from Redline are currently joining. One of the people we've got is James Swan. The other one that we've got is Nathan Bangers. Is there a way that I can make it to where they can hear you? Yeah, I'm on my phone. Damn it. Well, I can't do that from my PC and be at my or be here in the kitchen at the same time. How? Tell me. Hmm. Oh, but yeah, the only problem with that is I don't know how to set all that up, and I'm already out of time as far as getting ready to cook is concerned. So I gotta start the cooking right away. To answer your question, Chad, we are making. Well, I would say I was just actually starting out with that. We're making 3 things today. These are my go-tos for this time of year. We are making barbecue ribs with my father-in-law's Creole Hearts brand seasoning. He made the seasoning. It's amazing. I put it on everything savory. Feel free to look it up. Creole Hearts. Good stuff. I actually need to order more because I'm running out. And the second thing we'll be making is sweet potato pie. And our final thing that we'll be making today. Yeah, it is Thanksgiving. Yeah, I know you don't. You're from the UK. Sorry, everybody. Talking to them in my ears. But yeah, no. I know you're British. Whatever. Anyway. Wow. He doesn't even know what Thanksgiving is about. I guess this is a good lesson for chat. So I'll go ahead and Boxing Day. Is it not about boxing up Thanksgiving leftovers and giving them to the less fortunate? No, not a clue. Well, that's an interesting story. I'm going to get back to my stream now, guys. So, as I was attempting to say, yes, I'm nothing but I'm not even remotely a chef, Kayla, but thank you. But no, what we're doing today, guys, is we are making sweet potato pie. We are making barbecue ribs with father-in-law seasoning and my favorite barbecue sauce. It's also the husband's favorite barbecue sauce, which is why we buy it so often. And finally, we're going to be making something that two people in this world have the recipe for, which makes me laugh because the other person who has the recipe is never going to use it because he's just too vain like that. It's not his recipe, so he's not going to use it. Yes, if you end up watching this later, Havoc, I'm talking shit about you because I gave you the recipe and you didn't even blink. It is my apple cider. That is correct. So, to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and move the camera over here where I'm cooking so people can see a little bit better. And all right. First and foremost, I know you guys can't really see my face. Unfortunately, it's a phone. So, you know, if we get those 19 members that I've been waiting for, we'll find a mobile camera setup so that I can do this more often if you guys want. How about that? Okay? Is that enough of a bribe for you guys who are watching? Okay, first and foremost, when it comes to the cider, which is going to take the most amount of time because this stuff boils for a long time, we start by coring our apples. Now, as far as the exact balance of ingredients is concerned, no offense, you guys, but I just can't tell you that. And you're just going to have to live with that. If you want some of Fabulous Fox's famous apple cider, you're just going to have to come along and meet me someday. I'm not a chef, you guys. I'm not even remotely a chef. I have some skill when it comes to cooking, but if you want to talk to who is a good cook in this world, that would be my husband. Absolute legend. Descendant of professional chefs, as a matter of fact, and he inherited every ounce of their baking experience and skill. I cook anything, he'll cook it 10 times better. This is a fact. Give me a second, folks. One of the most important things about cooking that I'm amazed that Havoc hasn't said in one of his cooking streams is your prep work. The actual term for it is mise en place. Literally, what's that? What'd you say? Oh, you got news for me, Owen, huh? What is it? Is it about the thingy? The thingy that we should not discuss publicly? That is a joke. I don't care if everybody knows about it because Havoc's not going to tell everyone because he doesn't care. Who has joined? That's about the thingy. I figured it was about the thingy. Awesome. Good news. First things first. Is that Harvey? Hi, Harvey. But no, first things first, ladies and gentlemen, core your apples because you do not want the seeds to get into the cider because it's just going to make it taste a little bit funny. Now, well, yeah, I was getting to that. I know you guys can't hear. I know you guys can't hear them, which is kind of making this even more fun for me. So I hope you guys enjoy this. But one of the things about apple seeds, same as cherry pits, that a lot of folks don't realize is they contain very trace amounts of cyanide. Which, if you don't already know, cyanide is poison. It's the stuff that spies put in pills to take so that they don't get caught. So, or if they do get caught, rather. So yeah, cyanide, poison. No, not good. Not good at all. No, it's not that. Don't eat apple seeds, you ding dong. Harvey just said don't eat apples, ladies and gentlemen. Man's crazy. Wow. No comment. I have absolutely no comment on that. But yeah, no. Core the apples because it's going to make it to where your flavor is actually really well balanced and all you taste is apple. Scott Robertson says apples are bad. Harvey agrees with you, Scott. Congratulations. You great minds think alike, I suppose, or rather, terrible minds think alike as well. It's what? Well, pet. Do we have Jesus? I've just been asked whether or not Americans have Pez because Harvey said Pez is better. To my American audience, do we have Pez dispensers? I don't recall us ever having those. You know, your pronunciation is off. You're talking about the show Pawn Stars. Pawn. Wow. Well, say we are cooking. I've answered this question many times. For starters, we're getting the base going for the apple cider that I make for the holidays every year. The apple cider has to be done first because it takes the longest to make. So we start by prepping for the apple cider by coring and then cutting our apples. We do not peel them. Pawn Star is a good show, Scott. You're right. Apple Pez should exist, but Harvey, would you eat it? We gonna scoot over to here and take our cored apples and put them in a bowl for the time being. It's going to make life a little bit easier. Now, after we core them, we have to cut them. And one of the most important things about it is making sure you cut them down to small enough chunks that when you cook the cider, the actual fruit itself breaks down in a way that the flavor becomes a part of the beverage. If you don't do that, if you don't let it blend in with the water, then all you're going to have is the taste of apple peel. Now, you don't really need to cut the skins off of these. You do not need to peel the apples, unlike what a lot of people think. Oh, the peel is going to ruin the flavor. It does not. That's a lie. It does taste better with the. You are correct. So I'm guessing that Nathan is probably belly aching to Harvey because Nathan's been accused of being a cop baiter today. Ooh, which is it's a thing. People bait the cops in Redline. This is a fact. They'll do annoying things just to get us to chase them. Welcome to Redline, ladies and gentlemen. Harvey, how was your birthday yesterday? That is a good question, Kayla. When he rejoins us, we will ask. I want to know as well because I didn't get a chance to say happy birthday and I felt bad about it. Well, of course you did. Okay, very well. Thanksgiving is the celebration of giving from the time as far back as the Pilgrims and the ship they came over on, the Mayflower, back before the United States of America was actually its own country. When those Pilgrims came to the United States of America, there, as a gesture of goodwill, the Native American tribes that were in the area actually welcome back. Hello, I'm doing a thing. Um, the Native, Jesus, Harvey. The Native American tribes and the European immigrants who had moved to the U.S. soil before it became the United States of America actually. Stop interrupting me, James, or I will mute you again. Anyway, yeah. I, now get. Uh, who has joined that's asking me if I'm doing a history lesson? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Maverick is in the Discord call as well. But yes, Maverick. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, what? Yeah. Anyway, to answer the question, chat, to do this history lesson for James, I will try to do this again. I bet this is very entertaining for you folks. Thanksgiving is the celebration of the origin of goodwill on U.S. soil between European immigrants and Native American tribes, meaning the Native Americans who first met the Pilgrims who came to American soil before our country was founded, shared them goodwill with them. They brought crops from their harvest and taught the Pilgrims how to harvest those crops. When it came time for the harvest in the autumn, the Native Americans and the Pilgrims came together and shared a great feast. And since then, it has been known as Thanksgiving, giving thanks to one another for the bounty that was produced through their hard labor. I'm so glad that Chad can't hear you. That what did I say? Yeah, well, keep it to yourself, all right? Jeez. Okay, yes, I know about this. Anyway, now you people know the history of Thanksgiving. There's more to it than that, and the version that's taught in elementary schools is most definitely a lot more colorful and happy than the reality of the situation. But that's the gist. Okay, is the cider going to contain alcohol? No, Rowan. Thank you for asking. I make my cider. You hush. Let me talk. I make my cider without alcohol in it because it's honestly it comes out better that way. But there is a recommended alcohol to pair with it if you so desire. That in my case, I like to add Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey or Tennessee Apple flavored whiskey because they blend really well. They don't change the flavor of the cider, and then it becomes just has that little bit of extra kick, a little bit of burn going down. Scott Robertson says alcohol is better. Thank you, Scott. I didn't know that by myself. Thank you. No, my cider is meant to be drank while it is still warm and without alcohol in it. But when you add alcohol to it, if you add those specifically, it comes out better. Go watch the stream. I'm doing it right now. Yes. But no. Oh, yeah. Ask these questions in a different ML. I'm doing my stream in this ML. But anyway. But no, in short, folks, wait, what? What'd you say, James? Tell Bucket that you love him. Wait, hold on. Is RGA Gaming in the chat right now? Okay, RGA Gaming. Apparently, James Swan wants me to let you know that he loves you, but he wants me to do it in your voice. So, James Swan loves you, Bucket. All right. It looks like my husband decided he was going to use all of the knives that I normally use for cutting apples. So we will be using a bread knife. Yes. Wow. Ooh, no comment. Not reading that. But no, ladies and gentlemen, typically for this, why can I hear myself echoing? For the love of goodness gracious. Anyway, as I was saying, my typical recommendation for cutting up these apples for the cider is to use a Santoku knife, which is much easier on the wrist as far as the cutting motion is concerned. You don't have to cut like a professional chef. We're cooking for Thanksgiving. All this food's going to family. Big whoop. I am not a professional. I don't claim to be a professional. I have no professional experience. I just enjoy this. And Christopher Sands says, fabulous. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, Christopher. Bucket taking your sister for Taco Bell tomorrow. Wow. Kitchen cupboard next to the oven is dropping, by the way. No, it's not. This house was, I think, built in the 70s. And this is a rental. So I'm not concerned with wear and tear of age and sadness and sorrow and whatnot. But anyway. It is, I don't know, 10:30, 11 something. Anyway, folks, what you do to start with here, you cut your apples in half, you cut them in half again, and then once more. The reason is you want your apple pieces to be small enough that they cook properly once they're boiling. So cut them in half again, and cut them in half again. And they go straight into the pot. I'm not going to answer that question because let's put it this way. I'm just going to No, this is my actual answer to that question. My father was a law enforcement officer. My father-in-law was a law enforcement officer. My mother-in-law was a law enforcement officer. I don't. What? No, that's not why my hair is blue. No, what is wrong with you people? I'm so glad you can't hear them, chat. This is absurd. Kayla and the music was better. What music? What music? What are you guys talking about in chat? I don't understand. Somebody read chat for me, please. Oh, yeah. That said, this rental is okay, but I'm not going to speak well of it because my landlord has a lot of work to do, and he has chosen not to do it because he can legally get away with it. Well done. That's well done as far as the cutting off your own fingertip. Good job. Yeah, no, I use techniques that prevent me from getting my fingers too close to the knife. I've never actually cut myself with a kitchen knife, not in my whole life. Yeah, that's how you do it if you have to. That's still a good piece. Just chopping apples. Chopping apples. Listening to redliners. Talking shit in chat. Wait, hold on. Hold on. What did he say? Read it slower, not like you're. Harvey, doesn't that crack you up? Thank you, Bucket, aka RGA Gaming. Thank you so much for the 20, my friend. I'm not gonna mess this up. I'm way too good at this. I've done this way too many times. Anyway, on that note, this apple, no good. Look at that. Nope. One apple down, not a problem. We actually have way more apples than I expected to have today anyway, so we are in good shape. Tell you a story about an apple. Harp. Okay. Wow. Okay. That enough with stories about Bucket Sister, please. Donate it to the local horse charity. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Horse charity? Wish I could listen to the call. I know that the whole point of you guys not being able to hear the call is that I think it's just personally, I think it's hilarious. All right. A little bit of excess stuff on the cutting board. We scrape it off into the garbage can so that's not in our way, and we keep going. Did I hear my name? Somebody saying my name? Oh, God, I didn't need to hear that in my ear. Honestly, folks, I'm kind of glad you can't hear the Discord call right now. Like I said, if we get enough as far as super chats and memberships today, then I will get you guys a camera that I can remotely broadcast to my computer from so that you guys can ask me to do another one of these cooking and Q&A streams. And if I do so, when I do so, I should say, then we will make it so that you can hear the chat because it will be linked to Discord on the computer. But I'll also have to do some Bluetooth stuff so that I can still listen with my headphones. So, yeah. Otherwise, I won't hear the chat. They'll just be screaming from the other side of the house and I won't hear them. Anyway, back to it. We're almost done with the apples. Once you've cut them, and cut them again, you just toss them all into the pot. It's easier to go it and toss them in as you cut them. Otherwise, you're going to end up with, a giant mountain of cut apple sitting on your stove or on your cutting board. That's a problem. What are they saying, James? Oh. Do you think I need to resuscitate my stream? Let's see. My current number of viewers is higher than it's been in the entire stream so far. So I think they're just observing and they're also wishing they could hear you guys. So how about you go talk to chat in chat for me while you're talking to me? I imagine you can do that. I would have Trix do it because obviously he's Timu Trey he's Timu Trey text to Timu Trey. There we go. That was a stutter and a half. Hello, Andy. It's glorious to see you. Welcome, darling. Young Yellow says, talk to Fox Honey Bears. What? Well, okay. Well, why did he call them honey bears? That's my question. Honey bears? He is weird. Well, that depends on the kind of board that you're using. In this case, melamine. Melamine has a significantly lower risk of actually cutting into pieces. And I would love to use a wooden cutting board if it weren't for the fact that all the wooden cutting boards in our house were removed as a health measure because where I come from, a wooden cutting board stores bits and pieces of food and develops bacteria buildup, and that's not safe in health code. So because it's a rental, I don't have one. I would use my wooden cutting board, folks, but I'm not going to use my wooden cutting board because it actually has a laser etching of a fox on it. Yes. Why? The camera doesn't like knives. Oh, YouTube doesn't. Okay. Well, anyway. Okay, and last piece of apple. We've made it, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. Wait, what? None. It's not on yet. Goodness gracious. I've been asked how much water is currently in the pot. The answer is, because James is getting ahead of himself here, ladies and gentlemen, you do not add the water to the pot until after you cut the apples, at which point in time you add enough water to be just over the top of the apples themselves. Just lightly cover them with enough water so that when they boil, it goes well. Yes, Koenigsegg, it's a cooking stream. Welcome. Christopher, been there, done that. Yeah, no. I'm fortunate that I've never cut my hand while cooking before. Anyway, for a moment, we're gonna back the camera up and get you guys a better view of the kitchen and of the fox. Does Fox sound like Roth right now? Sometimes. Sometimes I sound like him, but that's because there are times where I have to look at people and go, "What were you thinking?" And he does the same thing. Now, pot. As we can see, it's about halfway filled with chunks of apple. What we do, level it out a little bit with a little swirl, set it back on your stove, and fill it with just enough water to cover the apples. In this case, my husband has left every dish in the kitchen in the sink because it's my job to clean. So, because I did not put these dishes away last night, I have to move them out of the way to get the water. And I will be cleaning them and answering your questions as the dishes cook. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. On that note, oh, I need to fill these dishes with water because they need to soak. There we go. Yeah, no, this is a mess. He made macaroni and cheese with bacon and a whole bunch of other different things in it, and it was so good. But the trade-off with having good food made by my husband is you gotta clean the mess up afterwards. I don't know. Harvey, do you think you'd make a good maid? Well, James, you are. You know what? I'm not. I'm not. I was about to say I'm not going to finish that sentence, but Harvey did it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, Harvey has been volunteered to be my maid to clean this, and he said no. He volunteers James to do it because James Swan would wear the maid outfit and everything. And we all know it's true. Don't. Oh, yeah, no. They've met you millions of times, and they also are fully aware of who you are in Redline. Oh, I'm pretty sure that a good portion of them know because they've seen you in my streams. Chat, does anybody here remember James Swan? I want to see. I want to see if you're a member. I want to see the fabulous salute if you know who James Swan is from watching Redline videos. There you go. At the very least, the best part about knowing who he is the fact that, yeah, okay, Christopher remembers James, but Christopher doesn't have a membership. So, gifted members, people, let's get Christopher a membership. I'm not going to ask Harvey to put anything towards my channel. Harvey needs to support his own channel, and Harvey just had a birthday. Mine is next month. Then people can spoil me with gifted memberships. Okay, we can do that next month. Because you've been driving it recently in many different streams. Do you not get caught on camera by Elite and by Havoc and by Lauren on a regular basis? Yes, you do. They live. Do you not realize that they live stream more often than you think? He says, I am not the worst driver. Was that worse than Fox? Oh, damn. Harvey is taking shots. 10-13s in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We got shots fired. 10. Are you, though, James? Are you a great driver? I feel like this is cap, bro. Yeah, no, you're not James Finch. Wow. I'm not touching that one. Nope, ladies and gentlemen. Fox is not responding to what James just said in my ear. What did you say, Harvey? I couldn't see it. Now who's joined? Oh, which bozo? I'm not paying enough attention to know what you're talking about. Anyway, Maverick. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, pot. Take. Anyway. Wow. Anyway, chat. They're just their voices in my ear. It's driving me insane. So, we take the pot and put it in the sink. We turn the water on. Try to get warm water in because it makes it easier. And you let it fill the pot until the pot actually has enough water, to cover the apples. I love the fact that this is literally the ultimate test of multitasking. I'm talking to you, I'm cooking, and I'm talking to these guys at the same time, while also trying to manage my time. Time. Oh, my ADHD is ADHDing like a madman. Anyway, the current time is, because Fox needs to pay attention to that, 10:43. Perfect. Okay, I have plenty of time. So, first thing we do, now that the water has the pot, we turn the heat on the burner all the way up. Maximize it. Redline chat's being a pain. I hear complaining, but I'm not hearing explanations. Anyway, I've been watching somebody on TikTok recently who's been cracking me up. Before you eat, clean up your mess. So, I don't know who it was that says that. All I know is that he's an awesome guy. And he does cooking videos that are all about cooking for actual intention of improving your physical fitness and stuff like that. And he just makes the videos hilarious. And while he's doing it, if I'm being honest with you folks, he's just completely and totally uncensored. He's awesome. If I can remember his name, I will say it because I really want you guys to check this guy out if you watch TikTok. But what does chat say? Harvey's being a pain. Okay, see you, Harvey. But no, Harvey's allowed to be a pain. Harvey is Pez. Pez wins. Sorry, folks. But no, let's see. Hold on. How has no one mentioned the Fox tea towel on Fox's cooker? I know, right? You guys don't realize my house is full of things that are fox and rabbit themed. My husband's nickname is Bunny. But on that note, there's a reason I don't use my cutting board. It's way too nice to use. You guys think that there's just that many foxes in my house? You haven't seen my whole house yet. Do I have any real life rabbits? No, I don't have any pet rabbits. I would love rabbits. What? No, what did you say? Wow. No, coyotes did not happen. I just don't have any pet rabbits. They're an apartment. I can't have whatever pet I want, sadly. Anyway. Wait, what? Well, yeah, this is my house. Yeah, it is a duplex, okay? Yeah, and my neighbors on the other side, they start their motorcycle in the garage, which rattles my entire house because we're the second floor and they're the first floor adjacent. So I don't care if they don't like how loud I am. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, moving on. The other thing that we need a big enough pot to boil our sweet potatoes in. So I'm gonna have to scrub this pot out because it's the biggest pot we have and it's the pot that I need, and I don't think we have any other pots that are gonna work. Give me a second on that. Okay, pot cabinet. The Who's a chill guy? Yeah, sometimes. Other times you are a pain in the ass. Wow. Wow. I'm not touching that one because there is a joke to be made, and I'm not touching that one to avoid the joke. Mm-mm. Not doing it. Mm-mm. Sorry, chat. You don't get that one from me. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Okay. That was not messed up, James. That was funny. What did chat just say? Something popped up on my screen, but I didn't get to see it in time. Bench top. Countertop. That is not a bench. A bench is for sitting. And that is not a random banana. That is a cooking ingredient. In this case, you let bananas age a little bit until they're just lightly soft enough and they go into smoothies very well. Those are my husband's bananas. Those are for his smoothies when he likes to make smoothies. He also has guava, papaya, mango, strawberries, blueberries, and a whole bunch of other stuff in the refrigerator that are for his smoothies. But as long as a banana stays in its peel and doesn't actually rot, you can still add it to a smoothie because it doesn't have to be refrigerated. Anyway, all right, so, it's dried on cooked cheese. This is going to be a fun one, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the elbow grease at work. Oh, this is going to take a hot minute. I love guinea pigs. They're adorable. No comment. Oh, it's a bench top because you're Australian. Okay, I understand, Rowan. I get you now. Dialects and regional verbiage and verbatim and blah 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 blah. Because you can set it to stream sideways. I was just asked if I can. How am I streaming sideways if I'm on my phone? Because you can stream sideways on your phone. I feel like if Havoc hasn't figured this out by now, I get to laugh at him. How does he have hundreds of thousands of followers, but I know how to use my phone to stream better than he does? Ladies and gentlemen, make it make sense. All right, what's chat saying now, James? Nah. These are called kitchen counters in the United States, and therefore we call them countertops. Hello, Charlie, darling. Welcome. You know you can hop in the ML and chat with us, too, if you want. She wants to see the cooking happen, so Charlie decided she was going to stop by and watch me show that I can cook, even though I'm not the greatest cook. Okay. Some days. Now, the hard part about this is that because my husband cooked cheese sauce in this big old pot, means that I have to scrub it about 10 times to get everything out, and I actually have to use an old key card for, like, doors that have electronic key card things. I have to use these to scrape this out to get all the cheese off. And I need this pot! I'm not about to go buy a new pot just to cook something while I'm in the middle of a stream. Almighty Fuego! What's up, Fuego? What does Fuego say, James? A wire wheel for a drill? Wow! And ruin my husband's $80 pot. Bad idea. Oh yeah, no, I would be unalived by the end of the day. Either that, or I'd be like, so tomorrow is Black Friday, which means you're going to go out and you're going to buy me a new set of pots. I don't have lots of money, ladies and gentlemen. I am unemployed. I am a YouTuber and a housewife right now. I don't have money. Tomorrow is Black Friday, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, James has had another revelation today. He now knows when Black Friday is. Yeah, it's tomorrow, James. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Thank you, Fuego. You are accurate. Ah, the steam! The steam blocks the glasses! The glasses cannot see! You have to use hot water, James. If you don't, then it's going to take much, much longer. The heat actually penetrates the cooked on food a lot better, but it is, unfortunately, very difficult to see through the steam when it comes up until my glasses get used to the heat because it is cold in this house. I'm sorry to hear that, hun. I mean, you can go get some more rest if you'd like. You don't have to stick around if you need to get some sleep. I can respect the need for sleep, but I know you also wanted to see this. So just remember, the stream will be here if you go to sleep, and you can watch it later. That's a thing. Yeah, but they cost a lot of money to operate in electricity, and they cost a lot of money in general, and they don't last very long with my husband because he likes to put his feet up on top of the heater and then put a blanket over his legs to keep himself warm. I keep reminding him, you're going to burn out the heater or you're going to burn the house down. To which his response is, shut up, it's my heater. I have an angle grinder. If I wanted to fix the pot that way, I would. Who has joined the chat? Hello, Kathleen. Danny, are you going to say something? You're a VTuber because you're reading the chat out loud. You want to be a VTuber. James wants to be a VTuber, so flippin' bad. Read all of the chats he never had. My towel is falling off my shoulder and it really sucks because I'm still trying to scrub this fucking pot. I'm cooking. It's a cooking stream. You know. Spell the name for me. Neil. That's Neil. You really can't. You really can't spell Neil. Anyway, hi Neil. Welcome to the stream. Wow, I'm so glad the chat didn't hear you because that is inappropriate, James. Red flag. Get get red carded, bro. All right, we're almost done, folks. It's almost clean. We can almost cook with this pot. He does suck at reading, doesn't he? I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you, Neil, for asking. What I'm doing right now is I'm cooking. So everybody wanted a Q&A stream that included me cooking Thanksgiving dinner. So here you are. I am streaming and I am cooking. What, James? I'm not saying that out loud. What is wrong with you? It's weird. It's weird and it's excess nerdy, you nerd. Well, stop with your teen gamer terminology with me. I'm an adult. I'm 33 almost, and I'm cooking food like an adult. Is Thanksgiving one of them days where you can get hammered and no one will care? No, that's my opinion on it. But that's a matter of opinion, Rowan. You see, when it comes to getting hammered at Thanksgiving, if you go do that at Thanksgiving dinner amongst your whole family and everything, it's a little weird. Family Thanksgiving is the thing about family and stuff like that. Don't get hammered. Have a drink, sure, but getting hammered just inappropriate. Why are you laughing, James? I'm ignoring you now, James. Unless you're reading chat, I'm ignoring you. Anyone in the world can celebrate Thanksgiving if they want to. Thank you, James. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, sweet potatoes. For those of you who don't know what a sweet potato looks like, it's this thingy. Yeah, sweet potato mash? No. Sweet potato pie? Yes. Eh, they grow a little weird sometimes. All food does. Let's see. Oh, no, I'm aware of that, Rowan. I know that that's what you meant. But if that's your version of celebrating Thanksgiving, more power to you. Who's to tell you no? Anyway, let's see. Charlie says that's a big one. This is one of three. I picked the three big ones because they weigh about a pound each, which is enough to make 2 sweet potato pies and then some. Because one sweet potato pie is for my mom for her house and her Thanksgiving. The other one is for my brother Kurt, his house and his Thanksgiving. So I need to make 2 pies. Snap that in half and with your bare hands. I don't know if I can. No, I'm not that strong. Tried. Well, I mean, it was flexing, but this is a root. This is a solid root. It's not that easy to actually snap one of these in half. We're not talking about... James, you are so weird. Oh. I highly recommend giving your sweet potatoes a little rinse. Just roll them under the water, massage them with the hands. Don't make it weird. Who has joined? Carmine has joined the red line chat, ladies and gentlemen. You won't be able to hear him, but I can. So welcome, Carmine. They can't hear you, James. Charlie. If James puts everyone subscribe to his channel in my chat, you know what to do, Miss Moderator. Punish him. Charlie Carmine says hello, and yeah, no, don't punish him, Charlie. We'll give him one warning. I'm not saying that out loud. Nope. Now, the sweet potatoes are now in the pot. Okay, good for you. Anyway, can I speak, please? Thank you. So, now that the sweet potatoes have been given a quick rinse and they are in the pot, it's the same as the apple cider. As far as the apples are concerned, you cover them with water, but only a little bit. When it comes to these, you do the same thing, but you don't cut them up first. You let them boil as is, and then you peel the skin by hand. Once they're boiled, it's very easy to peel. Some people are like, you need to peel that first with a potato peeler. No. You're doing a whole lot of work for absolutely no reason. Don't do it. You, James, are so weird. You're so weird. Weird! Yes, we're all weird, but James is a special kind of weird. So, same as the apples. Put the bird. Hold on. There we go. Same as the apples. I know, I make my own sound effects. Aren't I fun? Aren't I weird? I love being weird. Anyway, same as the apples. You turn the heat all the way up because you want these to boil, and you'll boil them for 40 to 50 minutes. Now, as far as the apples are concerned, excuse me, pardon me. They're starting to get hot in there. You let the apples boil for 1 hour. This is a multi-stage process that takes up to 3 hours to get it done right. Why? Because I cook with love. Deal with it. Carmine, what is your question? Okay. Carmine, that is an interesting question. Carmine is asking me a question about GTA 5 when we're doing a cooking stream, and I actually know the answer. I kind of feel cool about this. The interstate that goes from Sandy to the city, though known as the Sonora Freeway, its proper number is Interstate 1. Oh, okay. Okay, so that kitchen towel is done. This is not the standard towel for wiping stuff down. This is specifically the towel for your hands towel. Other people will argue and say, that's not what that towel's for, and I say, shut up. Hello, Reese, darling. Happy Thanksgiving, sweetheart. All right, these are starting to get going. Carmine says, hi, Reese. Pot lid. Where's the lid for the pot? There it is. I found it. Ooh. Oh no! This is not the right lid for the pot! No! Ooh, I found something else fun down there, which I'll show you guys in a second. This lid is also not the right lid! But it'll work. So we'll go with it. No, you're not. Anyway. Carmine, ask these questions somewhere else. This is where you ask questions about my stream. Anyway, so one. Are you done talking? I can't actually focus and entertain my chat if you won't stop talking. Anyway, wanted to show chat something that's fun that I keep in my little pot and pan cabinet over there. I have a bunny pan and I have a fox pan. I got a bunny pan and a fox pan. These are my favorite little pancake pans. Aren't they awesome? Yes, I keep weird things in my house. All right. Rowan says what? I don't know that song. I don't know that song. Oh well. Music. My neighbors are in their garage listening to music. I hear them now. Charlie says hi, Carmine. Anyway, as was stated by the person that I mentioned from TikTok, before you eat, clean up your mess. Now, there is one other thing that I actually have to do. I don't remember what it is because the ADHD just hit. So if you folks will give me 1 second. It is a fox cooking, Oakley. Hi, Oakley. It's good to see you, hun. Give me a minute, guys. I got to go get my recipe book for my ribs because I have a recipe for this. Shut up, James. Anyway, I have to go and get my recipe book real quick. Won't take me but a couple of seconds. You came because it wasn't a GTA stream. I'm not going to be streaming only GTA all the time, Oakley. I'm also going to be streaming Call of Duty, which I will play with some of my friends. I'm probably going to start streaming Once Human tomorrow, which I know nothing about, but my best friend wants to play it, so we're going to play, and I'm going to stream, and you guys get to watch. Um, who cares if it's Cornet? Let Cornet be here. Anyway, folks, give me a minute. I'm going to go to my computer desk and look up my digital recipe book real quick because I got to remember exactly what I need to do to start these ribs. But if I'm not mistaken, it involves a whole lot of aluminum foil, not aluminium. Shut up, British people. I can hear you in there calling it aluminium. If I can hear you calling it aluminium, I will continue to make fun of you. Anyway. Oh my God, Cornet, you haven't been watching the stream the whole time. We'll talk about that later then. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for Cornet's sake, because he is now listening to me talk in Redline, we're making cider. And we're also making potato pie. Yeah, they're pots right now because the ingredients are in the pots cooking. Hello, Charlie. Yeah, but that you guys, not Charlie, the rest of you are starting to exhaust me. Anyway, so chat, the last thing that we're going to be making in addition to sweet potato pie and the apple cider is pork spare ribs. That's what we'll be making next. Oh, spare ribs are so good, Cornet. All right, guys, I know I'm not on camera at the moment, but give me just a split second. I just have to look a couple of things up real quick. No. Okay. 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 This guy's telling me about how he can get a kilo of spare ribs in one setting, and I'm like, I have like 4 kilos of spare ribs right here to cook. I'm feeding several people. This is not just food for me. What? Who did it? I bet you guys found that entertaining. But wait a minute. I know. But let me guess. Was that Liam the Boss Firefighter? Liam, you legend! You fabulous bastard! I love you, Liam. I do. Thank you so much. We are now at 14 away from this month's goal. So that's 14 more gifted members, and we hit our goal for the month of November. So, ladies and gentlemen, W's in chat for Liam! Now you guys get to see what I'm actually like when I'm not at my computer desk. Isn't it fun? All right, so the ribs. I do need to go look at my computer real quick, folks. So give me just a quick minute, and I think I'm going to brush my hair while I'm at it because it's falling out, and that's driving me insane. I'll still be able to hear the boys. Who did? Carmine, you son of a bitch! Hold on. Wait. We need to be dramatic about it. So let's get dramatic. All right, 1 second. Come on with the 5 gifted! Welcome! Thank you! You legend! Carmine. I appreciate you, Carmine. And those of you who don't know, Carmine's in the ML right now, so he can actually hear me. We can talk, which is awesome. John, you're amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's... Thanks, buddy. So that is... What are you WTFing, Rowan? I'm thrilled because we're getting gifted memberships. This is what YouTubers do. We celebrate it when people do these things. My rag! It's okay. 5-second rule. Anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, that 10 gifted total today puts us at 9 gifted members. 9 by the end of the month, and we hit our goal. So, Liam and Carmine, official sponsors of this particular stream. What? Who gifted more members? I can't see the thingy. What did he do? So wait, hold on. How many did Liam just gift? Okay, so okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm actually sweating right now, folks. Thanks to Corney and Liam, the absolutely fabulous boss firefighter, we have gone over this month's goal by 4 members. Yes! Thank you guys. Amazing. Now let's get back to cooking. All right, 1 second. I did this. Believe it or not, I've gained more than that in one stream before, but I'm not complaining. Every gift is a legend. Every single one. Okay. Yes. What are you saying, Corney? God damn it, Corney! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're now over by 9 gifted members, past the month's goal. Ladies and gentlemen, this just made my whole month. I'm not joking. Oh my God. Let me go and get my damn recipe so I don't fall behind schedule on cooking. Oh no. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I am sweating. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, I need why isn't it opening? Open the thingy! I need my recipe book. Thank you, computer. You're being good all of a sudden. Okay, I'm looking at my ribs recipe. And okay. Okay, so we're gonna do it for 350 degrees for 2 hours. Should be good enough to cook them all the way through, but then we might drop it down to 300 degrees for another hour. For those of you who are listening, this what's that? You know what? This has been the most successful stream in the last couple of months. So you know what? Without having to do super chats, you guys can ask me to do imitations and I will do them for you. Okay? How about that? I can't moonwalk, Cornet. I would if I could. I can't, buddy. I don't know. I can't do it. No. Oh, when? It's Cornet, it's okay because the chat cannot hear you. That is a shame. Charlie, welcome. Yet another month of the fabulous Miss Charlie, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie, drop as a moderator. Be good to her. She has full authority to punish you if not. What is. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Michael Myers. Wait, do you mean Mike Myers? Because Michael Myers, the horror character, doesn't speak at all. Mike Myers is an actor. Play a game. In today's game, you will be punished for the way you have treated others. This game is called. This game is sitting there and watching as fabulous cooks. That's all right. That's all you're gonna get. It's been such a long time since I've watched a Saw movie that I would be way too rusty at that one. All right. So, chat, I'm waiting to hear what kind of imitations you want me to do because I can do some, but I can't do all of them. Yes, punishment, Charlie. Well, it's a good thing that chat can't hear you then, Carmine. So if you need to say it, then you can say it. Whoa! Wow! That was a lot more wild than I thought it was going to be. I am so glad chat didn't hear that one. Oh, never mind. You see what we're doing here? We're cooking. We're cooking ribs now, man. So, well, he'll add you back to PD when he's not on vacation. He's on vacation right now. Anyway, he's a what? What does that mean? I didn't know that there was a country called Ireland. Oh, Ireland. He's in Ireland. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, HTK's been taking a week off because apparently he's in Ireland. Are you guys done yammering so that I can start doing my Vinny impression? All right. Got to get all the stuff off of these pans before I can put this stuff into the oven. So we let the excess water drip. We get our towel spaced out well enough. Now, well, say if I can do, you got to shush so I can do the Vinny. Jesus. Anyway, okay, man. What you have here is you have a Wilton brand baking sheet, man. You got to make sure it's perfectly clean. Now, a little bit of burned on grease, that's going to be okay. It's not a problem, man. But when it comes to, like, say, you got actual food bits on there, you got genuine, like, still loose grease or fat or something like that that's just sticking on there, you got to take that off there, man. If you leave that on there, it's going to ruin your food, man. It's going to taste weird, man. And that is Vinny for you, ladies and gentlemen. Or in this case, it's Vinny, which is bargain brand Vinny. Oh, you wish. Your Vinny is horrible. Mine is the best. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you so much. On the voice. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it. All right. So, very important thing when it comes to making the ribs, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you'll need your aluminum foil. That was actually an issue. Now, important thing a lot of people don't seem to realize, man. You start by checking. This is what you call your not shiny side. I know it's shiny, but it's not that shiny. The other side, super shiny. This is the side you want on the food. There is a difference. There is one side of aluminum foil that is intended for you to put the food on so that it actually reflects the heat into the food the right way. If you don't do it, it's going to be a problem. Now, I have to make room on the countertop because the husband left the kitchen a mess. What? There is a dedicated side. I will show you guys. So take a look at the camera. Watch the stream. Now, if you take a look, you notice how this one looks kind of like brushed metal? And then this side is highly reflective by comparison, almost looks like a mirror. It's the side that looks like a mirror that you actually put your food on. Mm-hmm. Wow, James. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, James has just revealed to the world that he always puts the shiny side of his foil out because it's like, ooh, shiny food. No, shiny side in, folks. Shiny side in. You put the shiny side in, you put the brushed side out, you put the shiny side in, and then you wrap it up about. You want me to start okay. I would love to do the Macarena in my kitchen if it weren't for the fact that that's copyrighted. Can I dance? You want to just see the dance? I can't remember the whole dance, but I'll try. I mean, I know it's there. I've been yelled at to do the Macarena. There's the first four steps of the Macarena. That's all you get. Carmine, they can't hear you. Okay, Kayla, Carmine says hi. All right, hold on a second, folks. Big old chunk of meat. Got to get the plastic off of it. That is really on there. I pick good ribs, ladies and gentlemen. What is? Why? You just noticed where ribs come from? I'm going to go back to wrapping these ribs and basting them with barbecue sauce because what's going on in my ears right now is insane. Insane. If they're pork spare ribs, they come from pig. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Kinder barbecue sauce is the brand I'm using today. This is one of the ones that I like. This is the one that my husband and I use the most. We used to use, I can't remember what it's called. It's another really good brand, but Sweet Baby Ray's. There it is. That's a good one. But personally, I think that this one is even better. So we start by actually just dispensing barbecue sauce directly onto the meat itself. I realize this is some people, they're going to be like, no! And I'm like, shut up! Yeah, use your ears, James. My God. Now, the basting mop. Specifically meant for barbecue sauce. You actually use this. It's just a wooden stick with a cotton head on it. You get it a little bit wet. Make sure that there's no loose fibers or anything so it doesn't get into your food. And after that, you just put it right into the sauce and just swirl it around. Spread the sauce nice and evenly over the entire surface. What was that question, James? It's kind of what it, yeah, I would say, James just mentioned how it looks kind of like a feather duster. It kind of is a feather duster for food, but it's more along the lines of it's meant to actually collect the barbecue sauce as you go through the sauce, and it spreads it a little bit more evenly over the surface. It's great for glazing, and in this case, we are starting by glazing. You give a nice, generous coating. Let me finish. You start a nice, generous coating of the actual sauce over the surface of the meat, and then you just kind of swirl it around. You swirl it around. It'll pool up in some spots, that's fine. But you want enough sauce to completely and totally glaze the upper surface of the ribs themselves so that the ribs actually get total coverage. You want the flavor to sink into the ribs as it cooks. After you have this nice, beautiful glaze, I will show you guys in a moment. I just need to set this down somewhere so that the sauce itself doesn't get ruined all over everything. So after you've got your ribs set like that, we'll use this bowl. This bowl is perfect. Set that down there. Now I gotta be careful. As you guys can see, right here, now it's got this nice coating of barbecue sauce all over the top side. Bottom side, don't worry about it. Bottom side is entirely optional, but if you want to sit there with gloves on your hands, flipping a rack of ribs repeatedly, wiping the sauce on it, and then going, why isn't the sauce staying? You're constantly handling it. Ooh. Ew. Hello, Natalie. Now, everybody, as I've stated multiple times since the stream has started, this is my father-in-law's seasoning. It's called Creole Heart Seasoning. It is my favorite seasoning in the whole fucking world for savory food. Who? Who's being loud and annoying? I can't hear. Hi, CJ. Ladies and gentlemen, Real Tech and Natalie have joined. Just so you're aware, Real Tech, I'm talking to my chat and James is reading my chat for me. So, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, now that there's more people in my ears, hooray! I'm going to be driven even further insane. Yeah! Nope. All right, focus. So, Creole Heart Seasoning is actually a genuine, like literally made in New Orleans, Louisiana seasoning. That's where it comes from. That's where the recipe came from, and it has been used for generations. That's been tweaked. Somebody, shut him up, please. I'm actually trying to talk. All right. Okay. 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 Now that was funny. I know you couldn't hear that chat, but it was hilarious. But no. I personally love this stuff. It's I have to order it directly, and I don't get a discount on it. So don't worry, you're not missing out on anything if you end up buying some too. So this one is simple. It's seasoning. You sprinkle it over the entire rack of ribs. Just sprinkle it. You do not need to empty the whole can. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm doing. Did you not read the status before you joined? Yes, I'm doing a cooking stream right now. Yes, thank you, Natalie. Remember, chat can't hear you, so whether or not I choose to say that out loud is on me. So yeah, no. Yeah, no. Okay. Anyway, so as Natalie said, I believe she was making a joke, but I'm being serious when I say this. When it comes to the seasoning, do not attempt to get a whiff of it because you are going to burn out your sinuses. Southern seasoning. It's strong shit. And it's meant for eating, not sniffing. Am I clear? Am I clear on that one, chat? Does that make sense, chat? Do we understand? Okay, good. Okay. So, okay. Anyway, so we extend the foil to where it goes slightly past the other end of the rack of ribs because you want to be able to roll the edges of the foil together to seal it. Then just, I am cooking again. Okay, so I have been asked once again what I am cooking. So chat, you'll have to hear it once again. I am making apple cider, sweet potato pie, and 2 racks of pork spare ribs. Have a good one, Natalie. Yeah. And don't forget, everybody, don't, it's not that. It's that Natalie's probably not slept very much because she doesn't sleep very much. So she probably has a headache, guys. Anyway, back to chat. Is chat saying anything right now? Oh, hi, Knox. Hi, sweetheart. I saw your message. I just haven't looked at it yet. Um, Wait, what? He is? It's probably a different Knox. Anyway, but yeah, no, I was never planning on like waiting to do a cooking stream until after the release of GTA 6. But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, I'm challenging you with this one, Havoc, because I gave you my secret recipe and you did nothing with it. So screw you. Oh yeah, no, you let. That's just it. He does his cooking streams and everything. Well, let's put it this way. I'm a household friendly cook. You, on the other hand, sit there intimidating people with your I am a French chef. I know how to cook. I am a trained and experienced chef. Well, fuck you. Kinda. I take that back. No, I cook for people I like. I don't cook for my neighbors. That tells a lot about me. I watched that stream. I know. Cornet has reminded me that Trey and Havoc did a cooking stream together and that Trey was looking for a fire extinguisher. I watched the stream. I know, folks. Believe me, I'm aware. That being said, not impressed because Trey, I'm a picky eater. You're a baby, Trey. You are a baby and a coward. I don't know if you were watching the stream or not because real I'm talking to Real Tech in the Discord chat, folks. But no, Real Tech, I'm no, that's fine. If you don't like to watch their streams, that's okay. You can watch whatever makes you happy. But I'm just saying, I will never stop making fun of the fact that Trey cannot handle a standard American cheeseburger with lettuce, tomato, onions. Wow, 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 wow. There's American style cheeseburgers, is what I'm saying. Who is just making weird noises? Shut up! Okay, hold on. Who has joined the chat? You're all good, Knox. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Carmine, what is your red line question? Okay, so blacklisted from hiring. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, the things that this Discord lounge are saying are wild. Wow. Wow. If you need to have this conversation, go do it in a different ML. This is my stream. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Wow. So still getting red line questions when I'm sitting here trying to talk to you, chat. Speaking of which, ask questions. It's a Q&A. And while you're asking questions, ask if you want me to imitate something because we broke our goal by like a freaking mile. So, yes, CJ, what can I do for you? Yes, you can. What is your simple question? No, it's a okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, CJ's just informed me, and my soul is in pain having heard him say this. He has just informed me that he is eating something called nasi gori. I don't know what that is. Nasi goring. Okay, and that he has asked that is it weird that just to feel something he douses everything he eats in chili. So he has doused this. Yes, yeah, this I was getting to that. He has said that specifically he goes through a bottle of sriracha a week putting it on his food. I will answer this from my perspective as a no, as a person who doesn't even fall in the category of Caucasian because my skin is translucent. Um, I would say to each their own. Not my thing. Not gonna do it. I'm not a fan, but I get it because, like, a great example, folks, is actually this seasoning. I will douse food in the seasoning so that it just me in the face when I eat it. It's delicious. And me loves spice. Oh yeah, for the record, Real Tech is actually a chef, guys. So yeah, he's asking me this question if it's weird, and I'm like, no, that's not weird to me. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but that doesn't mean it's weird. But what did you just say, Cornet? What did he say? Did you hear what he said, Real Tech? I wasn't really listening. I was too busy focusing on basting the ribs in barbecue sauce. Okay, just so everybody's aware, right now, Real Tech wants you all to know he's shoveling food in his face because he's hungry, so he's not listening. We did talk about that. I remember talking about that. I can feel the struggle of not living off of proper food for a long period of time. Our buddy Real Tech, who plays C.J. Cutler, the attorney that I recommended for Ralph Butcher, for the record. If you guys watch Detective Elite Prime streams, then you should definitely watch his most recent one where he was robbing all the stores, I believe it's called. You guys should definitely check that stream out because in that stream, while I was working as the attorney general in Redline, so I was in government meetings, he calls me and asks me to go get on EMS so that he can get a medical report of his injuries. Not going to go into that too much further, but I know what really happened. But I can't use that kind of information in game because we call that metagaming, ladies and gentlemen. So, essentially, anyway, so on that note, folks, he ended up in a situation where, strictly speaking, from my perspective as an outside individual and as the attorney general, he was wrongfully arrested. And he actually was and had an actual case for being wrongfully arrested. So he calls me asking for a lawyer. Apparently, he thinks attorney general means I'm in charge of the attorneys. That's not what that means, folks. It means that I make sure the president doesn't sign any new laws that would violate people's civil rights. So being in charge of the attorneys is not being the attorney general. Let's be clear. So that being said, he asked me to find him a lawyer because I can't represent him. I'm a cop. Even if I'm off duty, I can't represent someone in a criminal case. He didn't want to get sacked from EMS. Who didn't want to get sacked from EMS? I don't understand what you're saying, but it, but no. As far as Ralph is concerned, Ralph Butcher, Elite. Well, Elite wasn't going to get sacked from EMS. When he's playing on EMS, he's Ralph Wreck. Ralph Butcher is his criminal character who does crimes. But as far as Ralph Butcher is concerned, he did have a case for claiming that he had been wrongfully arrested. Whether or not that's to be determined in a courtroom is entirely up to the court in game. So that's not something that I could really talk about, folks, because it's one of those. No, no, shut up, Cornet. I know I'm still saying shut up, Cornet, just for fun. But no, it's for fun, guys. Come on, the chat's listening and they're laughing every time I say something just baseless like that. They're like, I don't know what's going on, but it's funny. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you know it's a good stream. Anyway, so step as far as cooking is concerned, so you guys see what I'm doing here. I'm actually taking light brown sugar and I'm sprinkling it over the top of the ribs. No, it's called multitasking. Anyway, hold on a minute. I'll finish the story. I'm instructing my viewers who wanted a cooking stream on how I cook my food. So you shush. Anyway, so as far as this is concerned, you sprinkle it until you have nice little clumps showing all over the top surface of the ribs itself, and then you massage it in. Keep in mind, I'm making 2 different racks of ribs right now. One of them has dad seasoning on it. The other one has brown sugar on it and will also have dad seasoning on it. But the point is, wait, what? It has who season? I've explained this so many times already. This is my father-in-law's seasoning. He invented this seasoning. He copyrighted it, branded it. It is now selling in stores in the South in the US. Yeah. No, because it's extremely expensive. I mean, if you wanted to pay for shipping, then sure. But yeah, no. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the best Creole seasoning in the world, if you ask me, and I've tried many of them, so I actually have room to talk. Granted, I am not Creole, I am not Cajun, and I'm not from that region of the world, so others might disagree based on personal taste. But as far as I'm concerned, Creole Horts is the best. Again, this is not a sponsored stream, but I'm going to keep talking about it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, last thing that you do, with the one that you add the brown sugar to, you don't just leave the seasoning sitting there. Granted, when it came to the first rack, we only did the seasoning and the sauce. After you use your sauce mop to actually spread the seasoning around and make it into a glaze, you sprinkle the seasoning on top and leave it, let it sit. But when it comes to this particular rack of ribs, which has the brown sugar as well, you massage it in. You want that to rub in and abrade the top of the rib just a little bit. Isn't it interesting, the fact that I know more English terminology for cooking than Havoc does? I'm talking shit at you again, Havoc. I love you, man, but I'm going to keep talking shit at you because my casino has been waiting to open for a month. What? No, I'm aware of that, but he doesn't even know French terms. He doesn't even know what a colander is. I had to tell him in his stream what a colander was. No, he didn't even know that it was called a sieve. He called it a sifter. He called a colander a sifter. The man is a trained chef, and he called a colander a sifter. Yes. Thank you. See, well, how about you say that shit in chat so that the chat can hear you? Because I want them to see that too. And I want Havoc to cry if he ever watches this stream. Now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm still going to talk shit about him every day because, again, calling, I'll never, ever get over it. Calling a sieve, which is also known as a colander, a sifter. Those are different things. So, like, ladies and gentlemen, yes, that is a reason to be proud. For those who don't know, Real Tech, who's in the chat watching right now and is in my ears talking to me, has actually worked with a Michelin star chef. And in his words, compared to most Americans that he watches cook, He's actually proud of what he's seeing because I make shit out of scratch. You don't just need to throw things in a microwave, folks. This is not a hard task. I'm actually making enough food and an actual drink to feed like 10 people, and it's taking me 3 hours. Apple cider, my way. No alcohol to start with. You can add alcohol to it after the fact. You know, the way I will tell you privately, CJ, what my recipe is because, no offense, chat, you don't get to know. We did break today's goal, but as far as my recipe is concerned, it's a secret. And I'm only talking shit. By all means, you are more than welcome to, because I gave my recipe to Havoc, and he didn't even acknowledge that I gave him the recipe. And I'm like, you are a bastard. I hate you. Well, I'll have to copy and paste my recipe for you then. See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm willing to share my recipe with people, but that's because I can't send my freshly made apple cider all over the world. Does the green hair add flavor? This is blue! This is blue, Shirley! Blue. I'm not going to drink alcohol while cooking. I have to drive. That's irresponsible. Now that makes sense. It's important to make sure that the wine is actually presenting the flavor that you want to be added to your food. Make sure that it's still right. Oh, well, there's that too. All right, so for those of you who aren't aware of what I'm doing right now, again, shiny side goes toward the food. Shiny side toward the food. Wait, what was that, CJ? But that's just, well, that's just it. I've always put the shiny side towards the food, especially when I'm doing ribs. Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that. CJ made lamb shanks for his parents, and apparently they came out perfect, which is awesome. But on that note, folks, you pinch the foil around the outside edge, which is why I like to do lay your strip of foil across the top of your baking sheet. You then take your food, you put it on the foil, and then roll the foil over the top of it, and then pinch it around the edges first, and then pinch the end. So you have one closed end on the foil already. This also makes it easier to open the far side back up if you need to check on something, if you need to open it and unfold it. Your foil is still intact, but you can add another layer of sauce, things like that. Granted, these are not professional techniques. This is just what I've learned through my own experience. I hope you guys find this helpful. Anyway, now, these potatoes have been boiling for a while. So what we're going to do, first of all, I am not going to pick up that lid with my bare hand. I will burn my hand. And what I'm going to do, no, that particular pot lid, for some reason, the handle does actually get pretty hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this towel. That's fair. That is a fork. I do not need a fork. I need a knife. All right, see you in a bit, Courtney. So when it comes to the sweet potatoes, to ensure that they are actually ready, they've been boiling for a while. Stick a knife into it. It's got a little bit of resistance. It's not as soft as I would like it to be, though the knife did come back out clean. So we're going to let it go for another 10 minutes, and we'll check it then, because it was slight entry, maybe about a centimeter, roughly a quarter of an inch, a little bit over that. And when I did so, immediately after that, I began to feel resistance from the fibers of the sweet potato. So the sweet potato has not boiled all the way through yet. Now, as far as the apples are concerned, let's take a look. Again, rag for those of you who do not have all the nerve endings burned off of your hands from consistent cooking. This is basically the same test. Now, the apples are going to pierce a lot more easily. So what we're going to do for now is check that. It's feeling, okay, so we have apple actually sticking on the knife, but it slid right off. So the apple is coming along well. We're going to give it about the same amount, another 10 minutes, after which the heat goes off on the sweet potatoes, but the heat just gets reduced on the apples. We reduce the heat on the apples, and when we do so, we're going to let them simmer for another hour. But first, we add the next stage of ingredients when it comes to the apple cider. So as far, yeah, Real Tech is asking me a question. What is your question, Real Tech? I don't think it needs to be all the way to its boiling point to do that. Okay. Well, that would be 100 degrees Celsius, or it would be 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Damn. CJ done burned his hands a good number of times, ladies and gentlemen. But at this point in time, we're actually going to go ahead and reduce the heat that's on the cider to half because it's at the point where we can let it start to cool a little bit. The simmer for 1 hour is what's going to come next on this thing. The ribs can now go in, and they need to go in for a minimum of 2 hours. So we're going to start by getting the ribs in. The oven's preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can be fun and serious at the same time. Don't know what other people's excuses are. My God. Anyway, I prefer to use my oven mitts even when putting things in the oven because I have been very cautious about using the oven my whole life because I don't want to burn myself. I need the sensation in my hands and I need my fingers to work in order to be able to stream on Redline as much as I do. So, on that note, first one is going to go on the upper rack. This is the one that has the sugar. We want that sugar to caramelize, so we want it directly underneath the broiler. And the second one is going to go on the lower rack. It is the larger one, so it's going to get a little bit more exposure time. After 1 hour, we're going to rotate them so that the sugar that is in the barbecue sauce will caramelize on the bottom one, but won't be exposed to the broiler directly for as long. Whew, it is toasty in this room all of a sudden. Goddamn! Now, exactly. That was the joke, Real Tech. He wanted to point out that I just said what I just said, and he goes, "I wonder why when you opened the oven." It's like that's the joke. Okay, so we're going to shift it because the preheating is best done with the baking option on this particular oven, so it will actually heat up to where it needs to be faster if you do it through bake. Then you shift it to broil, and it just switches the coils. In this case, the bottom coil was on, which is what heats the inside of this oven. Now it's shifted the electricity to the top coil, so we get that downward projected heat on the food. And now it's time for a timer. Hey Siri. Siri does not work while I'm live streaming. We know that now. Wonderful. I don't actually have a kitchen timer, which is kind of sad. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Now I think, since we're going to be waiting, well, that's just it. I can't set a timer on my phone. Well, maybe I can. Let's just go ahead and, there we go. We'll do that, and then I think we'll do a Q&A. So, with all of my marvelous foxes in the background, enjoy the view. Let's see if I can make this work. There we go. I hear crying. Do you guys like the foxes? I love how we're still in the chat room that's supposed to be my stream, and they're talking about other things, gang stuff, as Nathan Banger says. But anyway, folks, I think that at this point in time, I'm going to go switch to my desktop, and we will do our Q&A stream there. So stick around for a couple of minutes. We're going to do that transition, and I'll see you all in a few. So if you want to ask your questions, that will be the place to do it. In the meantime, thank you all for being here, and we will return to this when it comes time to actually start taking things out and prepping them for transportation to go and deliver to the family. So, in the meantime, I know that they're getting tired of listening to me, but they're going to have to deal with my usual closing, which is thank you all for being here. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe, please. We'll do more of these if you guys like it this much. And while we're at it, we'll see if we can't find a way to make it. Since we made our member goal, as I promised, we'll find a way to do a wireless camera that connects to my computer so you guys can watch and listen to who I'm chatting with at the same time. On that note, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. And as always, consider a membership for yourself if you don't already have one. Feel free to gift them so that other people can enjoy the perks of being a fabulous Mr. Fox member, including our custom emojis. And soon we will have custom membership badges and members only videos coming next month. So, with that in mind, shut up, Nathan. They can't hear you. With that in mind, folks, stay fabulous.